Hey there, I'm Brittni Schroeder, and business and marketing are my jam. I'm here to walk you step by step through this crazy thing we call business. I'm a small town girl, chocolate eating, Diet Coke drinking mom, marketing guru, automation Jedi, and all around good time. This is your weekly dose of all things business and life, sprinkled with some fun. This is the Redefine Business Podcast. Welcome to another episode of Redefine Business Podcast. I am really looking forward to today's guest. I talked to her, I think it was earlier this week or last week, and I immediately said, I have to have you on my podcast because this is such good information. Welcome, Jackie from Interact. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you, Brittni. Thank you so much for having me. I also love our conversation, and I love talking about quizzes.
So Jackie, go ahead and just introduce yourself to my listeners. Tell them what you do, who you are, all the things.
Yeah. So hello, everybody. My name is Jackie. I work for Interact Quizmaker. I started at the company about 3 years ago. Time flies. And I started in a role, I guess it was group coaching. So at the time, we did not have an AI feature, which, spoiler alert, we do now, which we'll talk about. But at the time, I would lead a group coaching session through they were cohorts through 5 weeks that would just get someone to the point of creating their quiz. So at the end of the 5 weeks, you had your quiz connected to your email system, but this didn't include putting it on your website, promoting it, sharing it, and collecting leads. So that is quite a bit of time. So since then, we've created Interact AI. The team of 14 built it all together like within a year. So it came out really quickly. It's built off of ChatGPT, but essentially all you need to do is drop in your website link or any copy or landing page that you want the AI to feed off of, and then it will write the quiz in your brand voice. You're able to guide it based on specific quizzes that you're wanting to create, or you can say, I have no idea, make something for me. And the whole quiz gets created for you in about 2 minutes. So it's been quite a journey taking quiz creation from 5 weeks down to 2 minutes. But it's been a lot of fun, and the strategy hasn't changed at all. In the way that you use your quiz, share it with your audience, share value with your audience, and collect leads, all works exactly the same.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about, because I've done quizzes it's been a long time. I'm ready to do another one, but let's talk about why quizzes are really great lead magnets. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think the number one reason is that people love to talk about themselves or learn more about themselves. And you really get to do that within a quiz. You're able to answer questions specifically based on how you would respond. And then you're getting a result or an outcome that's very specific to you. And so people are looking for things online for support, right? They don't always know what they need, but they know what they want. And so if you can lead with a quiz that's answering what someone is looking for, or that tells them, hey, I'm going to give you a personalized answer to what you're looking for, then they're absolutely going to want to take the quiz, and they're going to want to get customized answers to learn more about their next steps, how to get to where they're trying to get on their journey, or accomplish whatever goal it is that they're trying to do. So I'd say number one reason, you're learning more about yourself, but they're also very interactive. You can segment your leads based on information that you're getting from the quiz. But let me leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, and I was going to say, we've all done those quizzes. We see those quizzes online. Like, what kind of business owner are you? Or what kind of, fitness guru are you? Or whatever it is. And it's true that, we do like to talk about ourselves, but it's also like, okay, what am I? Like, where am I at? We want to kind of see where we land. And then quizzes also kind of give you like that information, that feedback, because, we think we're one way. We think like, oh yeah, like I'm this way, but quizzes kind of like either validate that or they give us more information. But quizzes actually too, and I don't know if you know any statistics on this, but they really have a pretty high conversion rate as far as people go to the quizzes. And if you set it up right, you give an email to get the results, and it has a pretty high conversion. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so our quizzes average a 40% conversion rate. So that's 4 out of every 10 visitors coming to your site that would subscribe. And you can compare that to like a standard opt-in form of 1 to 2%. So quizzes convert significantly higher on top of the additional benefits that your quiz taker gets by learning about themselves and where they're at, and also that you get by having the way that they've answered questions and the result or outcome that they've gotten from your quiz as well.
Yeah. One of the things that we spoke about earlier last week is we talked about how like a really great thing with quizzes is you can segment your audience, and you kind of just touched on that a little bit, but you can segment your audience. And so when you're segmenting your audience, you're speaking to them. And I think a lot of times, we're taught as business owners to create this avatar, create this who our ideal client is. But one of the mistakes that I think a lot of business owners make is you can have this avatar, but a lot of times we're only speaking to the avatar in a specific place in their journey. So, and we need to remember to speak to them in different places in their journey. So you can create this avatar, but they might be at the beginning, they might be at the middle, that might be like intermediate. But when we segment, we're able to speak to people where they're at in the journey. Can you just touch a little bit on this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to give this example where, let's say you have a freebie, like your current lead magnet is like a one pager or an ebook or something like that, right? Every single person who opts in to get that ebook is going to get the same exact information. But all of the people that are opting in are very, very different. They might be in their business brand new, or they've been around for several years. They may be looking to grow their leads or create new offers, right? Like they're in very different stages. And so if you know exactly where someone is, you could still send them the same ebook, but you could hone in on, hey, this section is really where you want to get started because it's going to tell you how to, build your website because you're just starting your business, versus how to scale your business because you've been around and you have offerings that are working, you've built funnels, etc. And so again, going back to what it is that your user, your audience, your customer, your client wants, you want to give that to them first, especially when you're first meeting them online, right? So they opt in and you send them an email. If it doesn't relate to where they're at, what they're thinking, what they think they need, then they're probably going to unsubscribe or opt out or not continue working with you or following you, etc. Whereas if your first email is really on point and hits the mark of, wow, this is exactly where I'm at. This is exactly the information that I need to know. I'm going to stay on your list. I'm going to want more information from you. When I need to look for other answers, I'm going to go to you as a source because I know that you're going to give me something that really fits who I am and what I need. And so I think it's just a huge time saver for both the creator, you, and the quiz taker, because you're not messing around with all this other stuff that you might be able to support them with later, but really right now they just need this one thing.
Yeah. And so I want to kind of give an example and break it down because I'm such a visual storyteller too. But when Jackie and I were working, when we did a call, we were kind of talking about the quiz that I want. My offer, it would be my membership, my business membership. And inside that business membership, I am teaching entrepreneurs like automations and systems and strategy and all the things. So I could do a quiz where I'm talking to somebody who struggles with tech and they're a beginner. And, and I could talk to them in a way like, don't worry about tech. Like I will walk you step by step. So I could nurture them after they've taken the quiz, and I can say, okay, these are their pain points is they struggle with tech. They feel overwhelmed. They don't know where to start. And I could sell my membership to somebody where that's a pain point, as opposed to maybe the next level is they want to scale and they have a successful business and they're doing well, but they're overwhelmed. They know that they need more automations. Tech isn't super hard for them. They just don't know where to start. And I can sell to that person in that part of the journey. And I'm going to speak to them differently. I'm not going to, I might not talk as much about the tech, being overwhelming to them, but just like, I'll show you these tools you didn't even know existed. I'll show you how to save time that you didn't even know was available. And then I can speak to somebody who is, just is ready to level up and scale and do all these things. And I'm going to talk to them, in different language too. I might be talking more about sales funnels and conversions. And so that is that is a huge perk in quizzes, that you can segment them and you can nurture it, but you're selling to them in a different way. You're using different pain points. And that is just such an awesome part. And it has a higher conversion because you're talking to that individual. So do you want to add anything to that, Jackie?
Yeah, I think I will just say, I mean, we talked about like personality quizzes, right? Like you get to learn more about who you are as a person, but that could tell you like, hey, speak in bullet points versus long form content and really dive deep into the details, right? That could be something that you're getting out of the quiz. It could also be something on not necessarily your personality or your style, but just how much information you currently have right now. So how much do you know about scaling a business? If you know nothing, then like you were saying, Brittni, yeah, you really want to go into maybe the jargon and the terms that they're going to run into so that they can understand what it is that they're trying to do, versus somebody who has that down. Don't waste their time with teaching them what that is. They know what that is. Let's just move them to the next part so they can get there faster, because that's what they want. We all want to get to the end result faster.
Yeah. And, if we talk about even, that's talking about like my business membership, but also a really important part of even marketing is, there's two types of different like strategies, I guess you can say, with marketing. One is head and one is heart, meaning that some people make purchases or they invest off of heart. And you talk about emotion and all these different things. Other people might like purchase off of head, and they are more like statistics and analytics. And so that's just another example. So, you could use that head and heart strategy too in any of your sales where, like if I say, if I wanted to switch my strategy to not the tech part of it, but maybe like, hey, do you want to, if I'm talking to maybe a female entrepreneur that's a mom, I could say, you want to spend more time with your kids? Like you want to automate your business.
Totally.
As opposed to then I could talk to somebody with the head and say, there's a higher conversion with X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. And so again, you could use a quiz for something like that, where do they purchase with their heart or do they purchase with their head? And kind of honing in on that marketing strategy and nurturing them and selling to them. So quizzes can be such an awesome tool for, just getting people in your funnels and selling to them.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say this too, because there was a gal that I worked with in our coaching program a few years ago where she created her quiz and she had her different outcomes, right, based on the offerings that she could give to people. And she realized that there was a whole segment of people in her audience that were answering a certain question a certain way that she had no offering for. They were looking for information about this and she did not have an offering for it. So that told her, hey, I need to create this thing. And when she did, it sold out so quickly because she specifically made something that her audience was telling her she needed that she would not have gotten had she not used a quiz, right? Like nobody was writing into her saying, I want to know more about this. They were just going somewhere else and looking for the information elsewhere. But you can sell your current offerings, sell better, improve your conversion rates, but also create entire new revenue streams just based on what is it that my people are talking about and wanting, what do they want to know more about, and how do they want to learn it? Let me teach them that way.
I love that. It's interesting because this was actually a topic that was brought up in my membership call yesterday, is market research. And, what's an effective way for market research? We can go to social media, we can go to our email list, but that's such a good point. And just another perk of a quiz, that it is a great tool for market research to see what your audience wants and needs. So I love that.
Yeah.
Such good information. I'm embarrassed to admit that I've been saying for like 6 months, okay, I need to do a quiz, because when I was working on one, and this was like a year and a half ago, I was looking at the statistics and I'm like, oh my gosh, these convert amazing. These have such a high conversion. I need a quiz. And so I love that we like connected. Jackie, tell my listeners, if they are interested in doing a quiz, how would they work with you and Interact Quizmaker?
Yeah, so we have lots of tutorials and demos on YouTube. We obviously have the AI builder, which will do everything for you, but we're only a team of 14 people and we really pride ourselves in being so small and mighty. We offer strategy calls. We have live chat. And so we're absolutely available to talk you through exactly how to use the AI tool, or even once you have the quiz, how to optimize it. We give quiz feedback through chat. I would say for anybody listening who's wanting to get get started with creating a quiz, really think about what is the number one question that your audience always asks you. And that is very likely the best quiz that you can make. That would literally become your quiz title. Because as I said in the beginning, people are searching for this question to get answered online, right? Like they might be typing in those exact words. And so we talk about market research. If you can write your quiz in the voice of your customer, it's going to convert significantly higher. Like you'll probably we've seen conversion rates at like 80%. I said the average was 40. They go really high. And it's again, because your quiz and the copy in it is so on point with what it is that your ideal customer is looking for, the people that are showing up to your site every day. So if you want to get started, really think about what is that number one question that you want to ask, people ask you all the time. And then head on over to tryinteract.com/AI, or Brittni will get you a link you can share with everybody as well. And pop that in. Tell AI what it is that you help your customers solve, add in your website link, and then literally hit submit and you'll get your quiz.
Yeah, awesome. Very, very awesome. Well, awesome. This has been so fun. We'll put all the information in the show notes. So, Jackie, I like to end all my podcasts with asking my guests a pet peeve and a simple pleasure. So what is your pet peeve?
My pet peeve, does it have to be work related or just?
No, it can be anything. It can be anything.
Okay, don't leave your dishes in the sink. That's specifically for my boyfriend who left dishes in the sink this morning.
Oh my gosh, no. I feel that pain. I feel that.
Yeah, we're remodeling our kitchen and we don't currently have a dishwasher, so they're really building up. So that's been my pet peeve lately.
That's a hard one. That is a hard one for sure. Okay, what is a simple pleasure?
Simple pleasure, I would say, is traveling. I have been digital nomading the last 2.5 years. We just bought this house, so I'm back in my hometown of Rochester, New York. So when I say simple pleasure, when I say traveling, it could be something really simple as like going to the park down the street. We have a cabin up in the mountains a few hours away that we head to for the summer. I'm headed there soon. So I love, traveling, but like more so being outdoors, exploring new places and adventuring outside.
I love it. Okay, where's your favorite place that you've been? Because I'm a traveler too. I love to travel.
Okay, you got to check out Cape Town. We went to Cape Town last year, South Africa, and it was my favorite. I think just because it was somewhere I had never even been close to. So culturally, it was very, very different and new for me. But they have everything from mountains to beaches to wineries to city to... It was just amazing. The food was so good. I could have stayed there forever, I think.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's not even on my radar. So I'll have to add that one.
Put it on there. Yeah, it was amazing.
Awesome. Well, Jackie, thank you so much. This has been so good. It's been so good to chat with you and learn more about quizzes. So thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you, Brittni. Thanks for having me.
Let's not stop the party here. Head on over to my Instagram or Facebook group, Redefine Your Business, and let me know your thoughts about today's show. I will see you again, same time, same place, next week.